Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to Cloud Test Lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Okay, so basically, like these are the different components. Keyword is nothing but like in keyword-driven framework, it's nothing but a function. Okay, keyword is not a name, so it's basically like you can look at it's a synonym for your function. Okay, in keyword-driven framework, you can say it's a synonym for the function. So, what are the different components in keyword-driven framework is like you have an Excel sheet that basically contains test cases and test steps. Okay, in other words, this is the data input for the script, or you can say this is a control file. That means you are going to control your scripts using this Excel sheet. Control file means how you can control is, for example, what test case to run that you can control, okay, to run or execute. And then you have the library files. So this actually, like, you are going to define the functions. Okay. And then there is a driver script. So the driver script mainly contains calls to the functions. Okay. So that means on the fly, it's going to trigger the function depends on the input from Excel. What it means is, say for example, in Excel, right? If we say, okay, in Excel, like if we say run login test case, right? Then the driver script will trigger, the driver script is going to trigger the login function. Okay, so that's what actually happens, the communication between the Excel sheet and the driver script. Okay, so driver script is also the main component in this keyword-driven framework. And then you have the result Excel. Okay, so the result Excel is going to, again, it's going to tell, or you say like it's going to write output from the script. Okay, that says whatever the test case executed, that says the test case status. That updates the test case's status at the end of the execution, pass or fail. Towards end of driver script execution. Okay, so mainly these are the different components, like how these are the main different components in keyword-driven framework. Okay, so Excel sheet, your driver scripts, and there are different library files, and then result Excel. Okay, so what happens is whenever you're going to write scripts in keyword-driven framework, mainly you are going to look at what are the different functions. So first you need to understand what are the test cases, and accordingly when you write a function, make sure the keyword name and the function name should match. So that is the main thing. Keyword name and function name should match here. That's it. So this is the main concept. Okay, once these things match, then you're done with your script. So this is the only thing you should take care when you develop the scripts. Okay. So any questions? Okay. So now let's look at it. How you develop this script, then how to input this Excel sheet. So basically, this is the one. This how just we are going to prepare the test cases, and then so this is the link. I don't know what this guy is saying. The always says unable to connect, unable to connect. I don't know which he is trying to connect. Okay, just give me 1 sec. this is the Excel sheet mainly. First, we are going to look at how we are going to prepare the Excel sheet, and then we are going to develop the scripts for this. Okay. So then there are two different sheets, like as I mentioned before. Like one sheet where you have different test cases, and the other sheet you have the individual steps for the test case. Okay. So these are the two different sheets. Let me delete this one. Okay. So first we are going to look at this is a template like the test case ID, then the description, result, and execute. Okay, so these are the four typical columns in test case Excel. Okay. Anyway, these are the templates that we follow in keyword-driven framework, and then these are the different test cases, right? So this is the test case ID, TC01, TC02, and TC03. And then, so you're going to write the description. Like this description, you can mention anything, just the meaningful description. Okay, so you can put your own wordings. Say something like open tabs application. Okay, in the own wording. And then the results basically. So this results column is going to update once you execute the scripts. Like whether it says this particular test case is passed or failed. Okay, so that part we are going to look at once we execute the script. So initially, like it says, no result, because the test case is not yet executed. And then this is the execute column. This is what mainly you are going to control. Like as I mentioned before, the Excel sheet is also a control file that controls your script execution. Okay. Accordingly, like if you say yes or no, here if you mention, okay, no, I want to execute this particular script. I want to execute this particular test case. I don't want to execute the other test cases. Then what happens is, once you save this file and execute your driver script, then it's going to execute only the open task application test case, not the other test cases. So if you say here, no, I want to execute just some other test case, then it's going to execute to these two test cases, not the login test case. Okay, so that way you can control like what are the test cases you want to execute from this Excel sheet. Okay, and then so the next test case is logging to open tabs, and then so this particular test case create account. Okay, and then so as I mentioned here, so you are going to control like what are the test cases you want to execute. Okay, is it clear? The test case sheet. So these are the test cases. Then what are the steps in this particular test case? That comes in the different sheet. So this test case is clear. Any questions?
See?
Yeah.
First, if you log in, then only the reservation opens. So, we are writing in the function, so without login also the reservation opens?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good question. Just like that you can control in the individual steps.
Okay.
Okay, basically like in every test case, that should start from the base state. Base state is nothing but open application. Okay, every test case should be independent, and each test case should say open application and login. So for example, create account. So you're going to say open and login. Those are the initial two steps. But
Okay.
anyway, that you'll get better idea once we move on to the test steps.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, now let's go to the test step sheet. Okay, and here again, so you get 4 different columns, like the test case ID. This is the test step ID, the description of the step, and the keywords and the result. Okay, so here the test case ID, that basically should be the same, but what is the test case ID you mentioned here? Okay, this test case ID and this test case ID should be same. And now you are going to write test the step ID, say CS01, and you are going to put the description what this test the step is going to do. Okay, this is the step description. Okay, open application. Anyway, in case of open application, that you have only one step, right? So then, this is the keyword you are going to mention. Say open app. This is nothing but your function name in the script in your library file. Okay, this open app is nothing but the function name in the library file. And then again, so initially like it says no result. Okay, so for example, when you write the library file, right? So I don't have any library files, but anyway, we are going to look at that. So the library file contains the functions, right? The function name should match with this keyword. Okay. And then, so we are going to write one more step. TC02 is the test case. And then what is the TC02? TC02 is login to open application, right? Login to open tabs. If you go to the steps, login to open tabs has 2 steps. First, you need to open application, right? First, you need to open application, and then you are going to log into open tabs. So those are the 2 steps for this test case. This test case ID again, anyway, that should match with this test case ID. And then there are 2 steps for login. One step is login open application. The other one is login to open tabs. Okay. And then the next one is anyway, like here you are going to match, like this is the test case ID and this is the keyword. Again, the login function should match with this keyword. And initially it says no result. And then the test case 3. So what is the test case 3? It is create account. So create account basically has again 3 things involved, right? One thing is first you need to open application and then log into open tabs, and the third step is create account. So these are the 3 steps that are involved in order to create account. And then accordingly these are the 3 test cases. So this is create account. Right? And then initially like it says no result because these test cases are not yet executed. Okay? So this way, you are going to write each step, even though create account. First you start from say open application and log into open tab. Then only you are going to create an account. Okay, so is it clear now, Vanita? Okay, so this is mainly like how we are going to prepare the test cases, the Excel sheet, test cases, and the test steps. These are the two sheets. Fine. Okay, let's save this. Okay. All right. So no questions, right? Okay. So once you're done with this, the next part is you're going to write the driver scripts. So for example, even if you write one more test case, let's say create contact. Hmm. Okay, mami వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay. మమ్మ వస్తుంది. బాయ్. మమ్మ వస్తుంది. టీవీ చూడు. Okay. So here, you say for example you are writing one more test case. Say create contact. Again, it's the same thing, right? So you are going to write one more test case, and then you are going to put different steps. So these steps is going to repeat. And now we are going to say open tabs, login, and then this should be create contact, third step. And then the test case, even the function is also create contact. And then this should be 4, the test case ID. Okay. So this way you're going to put up the test cases and test steps. What are the test cases we want to automate? This mainly is the control file. Then we're going to develop the library files, the functions, and then we're going to look at the driver script. Okay. Alright, so now let's look at the other stuff. First, you're going to look at. Okay, just give me one sec. Okay. Alright, so now let's look at the library files for this application. Okay. Okay. So now the first thing is we are going to create the functions. So anyway, you need the object repository for that. So we need to create the shared object repository or the descriptive programming. Okay, whatever the way that you like. So either you can do the scripting based on the object repository or the descriptive programming. Okay. So like as I mentioned, most of the time, most of the projects they go with the shared object repository. So first let us create the shared object repository for this. It's taking time. Okay. Alright, so let's try to add objects. So add objects to local. Click anywhere on this page and then so select the page object because I want to add all objects on the page. So click OK. Okay, so I'm going to add all objects. So click OK. Alright, so the object gets added and now I can create a shared object repository, say file export local object. Alright, so I'm going to give a different name. Alright, so I say this object repository and then close it. And then now I'm going to develop a function library. Okay. How is like say you can look at those function headers and all the stuff like how we did in data driven framework. So pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to write just one function header. But for the rest of the functions you can do it. So function, okay, this is the function header like what we did in case of so pretty much this library file concept is pretty much the same thing how we did in data driven framework. Okay, so you can write constants, you can write the functions. That's not going to change. Okay, so the function name and then the arguments. Then usage, you just simply call the function name because there are no arguments. Okay, and then date and others. So you're going to put those things. And then we are going to put the function. So this is the function header. Then, so you can write and then so this one is system utils dot run, and then so you're going to put probably that you can write one more function library, create one more function library, and then so you come up with constants, say public constant, and then application URL. Then you're going to put the URL.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.